6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. That is time. The devil's side.
I am you.
Hey everyone, it's Ollie. Welcome back to my channel. So, today's video is very exciting because I'm going to be trying a full face of Barry M Cosmetics. They sent me a big PR package. I've done like a separate video on that, showing me unboxing it to you guys and going through everything. For the most part, I think I've used about 3/4 of the makeup that they sent me today, with the exception of some glitters that I didn't know how to incorporate in this look. So be sure to check out the video to see all the rest of the stuff that they sent me. But yes, today using the Barry M Cosmetics Halloween range that is coming out on the 24th of September. I'm filming this before, I've not been able to talk about it, but they reached out to me, they sent me a bunch of products and said, hey, we'd love to see you recreate a look using our Halloween line that's coming out, as well as some of our old favourites. So today for Barry M and for you guys, I've created this makeup look. It's a very wearable Halloween makeup look. I've kind of deemed it as being a Harley Quinn inspired makeup look just because of the black and red. I've definitely done it from like vintage Harley Quinn, not the recent one, which is blue and pink. Or was it blue and red? I don't know. But yeah, I love how this makeup look turned out, so I'm going to give you guys in this video a review of the Barry M Cosmetics products that they sent me to see what works and what doesn't. And yeah, if you guys want to know how to achieve this makeup look, be sure to keep on watching. Okay guys, so first things first, I'm going to zoom you guys in so we can do the eyes together, so I'll see you in a second. If you want to see that video that I did comparing the MAC concealer to the Nip and Fab concealer, I'll put a card up in the screen right now. Okay, so first things first for this look, I'm going to be using the Treasure Chest Baked Matte and Metallic Eyeshadow Palette by Barry M. And the first shade that I'm going to be taking is this one here. It's like a matte plum kind of red shade, and that is shade number 16. And using a 17 eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be packing the shade in my crease to prepare for the other shades that we're going to lay down after. Now taking this red shade Energy from the Luminous Cosmetics Strength palette, I'm just going to be using this to blend out the shade that we've just laid down using a Real Techniques base shadow brush. And just be sure to blend that out as much as you can. Also, don't worry about the fallout, I will clean that up after. Also, please excuse my roots on my eyebrows. And now using a Morphe M441 eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to make sure all the outer edges are all blended. Okay, so now going back in with that Real Techniques brush and that red shade, I'm just going to go back a little bit in my crease and intensify the red a little bit more. The problem with red eyeshadows is that they tend to blend out very pinkish, so sometimes you have to go back and really work them to make sure that they do truly come out red. Okay, so the camera just cut off there a little bit, but just after that step of putting down the reds, I just blended it out with the Morphe brush again. Okay, so next using this metallic shade from the Barry M Treasure Chest eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be using a non-branded synthetic brush and just applying this to my brow bone. I have noticed that with the metallic shades in this palette, they don't really adhere well to a brush, so I do recommend if you are going to be using these metallic shades to actually use your fingers. It honestly picks up the product so much better and it works a lot more easier. Okay, so now taking the same shade on my fingertip, I'm just going to be patting this on my lid to use as a center highlight. Okay, so ignore all of like this patchiness here and down here because all that's going to get cleaned up. Next I'm going to be taking this shimmery black right here from the Treasure Chest palette and using a MAC Small 214 SE eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to be buffing this towards my lash line just to really smoke that area out and get it ready for the lashes that we're going to apply later. Okay, so now I'm going to be using the Barry M Glitter Bomb Liquid Glitter eyeshadow. I'm just going to be patting this on my lid to give my lid more dimension and add a little bit more glitter and sheen there. And then now I'm going to be using this shade from the Treasure Chest palette to highlight my inner corners using a non-branded flat brush. And that shade is number 10. Okay guys, so now for the most part the eyes are all done. We're going to come back later just to clean it all up and finish the lash line and the lower lash line eyeshadow. But for now this is the base of the look, and now we're going to move on to the rest of the face and do foundation and everything else. I'm going to zoom you guys out and we'll get started on that. Okay, so now it's time for the face, and today I have the Barry M All Night Long Full Coverage Foundation. Now, I did swatch this in my Barry M PR package unboxing video, and I did say that it did look a little bit too light for my skin tone, so now we're gonna see if it really is too light. Let's have a go at this. Honestly, this pumps out a lot, which I actually like. Oh, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit too light. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my Real Techniques beauty sponge and just apply the foundation with it. It is a little bit light, but I feel like I could make it work with some bronzers and stuff. Okay, I don't know why I've applied it with my sponge because I never do that for foundations. So instead on this side of the face, I'm going to apply it with my Urban Decay Optical Blurring Brush. I don't even know why I did that, like I've never done that before. Am I okay? This foundation is really runny, like on the back of my hand, like it's not really a thick one. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, we'll see the results at the end when I've applied a full face. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing straight off the bat, this foundation isn't full coverage, but it's sticking to my dry areas, and this like foundation is just wearing out really thin. Like it's already creasing underneath my eyes and it's been on for like 3 seconds. You've seen me, like I've literally done about 5 pumps now and I've only done like 2 sides of my face. I've not even like managed to get to my neck or my forehead yet. Look, this foundation is so thin, it's so runny. I kind of wish it was a little bit thicker because in my opinion a full coverage foundation can't be that thin. And I'm noticing that it is oxidizing a little bit, like straight off the bat. I said it was really pale. It's like starting to match my skin tone because it is that thin. Like of course I'm going to apply like my concealers and obviously the cream contour kit that they did send me. However, I am just a little bit disappointed in this foundation. I don't know if they do offer other foundations or if it only is just this one, but like I'm just a bit underwhelmed because it did say, you know, full coverage all night long foundation. But like as a man, I can see it literally sticking to all of my like stubble on my face, even though I've shaved, like it's stuck to all the dry patches. And as someone who is a man and doesn't want that, it's not what I like. Like it's making my skin look really dry. I don't feel like it will on camera just because my camera never picks up those kind of details. I'm keeping it 100% real because there are some great products that they sent me. However, this one is just a little bit underwhelming. Like here you can kind of see I had a little bit of a scab there and it's literally stuck all the foundation to it and then left like a rim. Like bitch, it's not even like covered my 5 o'clock shadow around my top lip. Okay, hopefully I can redeem this like face look from putting down, you know, concealers and highlighting and contouring, I hope. Okay, so next I'm going to be using the All Night Long Full Coverage Concealer by Barry M in the shade 1 Milk. It is the lightest shade out of the range. Okay, so let's see if this redeems itself because there is literally no coverage underneath my eyes. That scab there looks gross. Pray for me. Okay, so the brightness is there. Okay. Okay, so I was going to apply the highlighting creams to my top lip, but because of my 5 o'clock shadow, I need to go in with a concealer. Why is that so like hard and difficult? Okay, so now I'm just going to blend it out with my Real Techniques sponge. This concealer is drying down way too quick. I wish I didn't put it all down now. It just made the scab on my face even worse. Hold on, let me zoom in so you guys can like see what I can see. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it though, but like the scab here is really highlighted because I had some spots there. But normally like with my foundations that I use, they typically do cover them like pretty well. Also down here you can see a little bit of dry patching around my chin and like where I shave my face here. Obviously after doing all of that I do exfoliate my face very well, and today I did wear a face mask as well. But it's just sad that like this foundation is just not covering my problematic areas, I should say. So now I'm going to move on to the Barry M Highlight and Contour Kit. It's the Flawless Chiseled Cheeks. Okay, so hopefully, I hope this redeems itself. I'm not going to put this all on at once because I'm not risking what just happened with the concealer. I'm going to go slow with this, I think. Okay, so using a small foundation brush, I'm just going to take the lightest shade. I'm just going to put this a little bit on my cheekbones to try and cover that mistake. Because maybe this is a more creamier product, it won't be too drying, I hope. Oh, please work. Please cover it. Or don't, just take more of the product off because that helps. I'm just going to have to pray that when I put powder down, it saves the day. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight my chin a little bit, my nose a little bit, and I'll do my forehead just a little bit up there because the redness is still showing through. And now with a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, I'm just going to use this shade, I think, hopefully to contour my face. Let's give it a go. Looks a little bit dark. I'm scared to put this shade on my nose in case it's too dark, so I'm going to leave my nose till after I've blended this out. Okay, so now with a Real Techniques buffing brush, I'm just going to try and blend this out and we'll see how it looks. I'm scared. Okay, so I'm going to apply a little bit of this on my nose, not too much. And just buff it out with this brush again. Okay, so definitely putting down that contour shade definitely did save my face a little bit. I'm glad that I know that this shade does now match my skin tone, because I was really scared putting them down, because they did look a lot more darker when I laid them down compared to in the pan. But like, I feel like it has saved my face and given me a bit of more of a bronze to my skin. Okay, so now it's time to powder, and hopefully this part will save the dry parts of my skin. So today I'm going to be using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, and just using my Mehron powder puff, I'm just going to powder this on the high points of my face and blending it out to the other areas of the face too. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just going to quickly bronze my face using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in the shade Havana. Okay guys, so now I'm going back to the eyes now that the full face is done. I'm going to come back and do little details maybe later, but for now I'm comfortable with my skin base looking like this. The dry areas of my face aren't looking that bad now that I've added a lot of like blush and bronzer, etc. I can still see it in person, but knowing on camera it won't be that bad, hopefully. Okay, so now we're just going to finish off the eyes. So I want to create kind of like a halo effect on the bottom lash line, so I'm going to be using the Luminous Cosmetics Energy Red Eyeshadow just on my inner part of my lower lash line using a Morphe M151 eyeshadow brush. Okay, so now that that's done, going back to my MAC brush, I'm going to be using the black shade from the Treasure Chest palette, the shimmery one up there. I'm just going to be applying this on my outer corners of my lower lash line. And then now to blend out those colours that I've just put down, I'm going to be using the Morphe M433 eyeshadow brush just to buff them out and blend them all together. Okay, so now I'm just going back and dragging down that red shade a little bit more, because I kind of want it to look like it's kind of going downwards with the eyeshadow look. Kind of like that. Okay, so now my waterline, I'm going to be using the Barry M Bold Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Black. Okay, so now I'm just going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to be applying the Lash Vegas 2 Barry M Black Mascara. I really love the wand on this brush because it is just super thin and it's easy to get on the bottom lashes as well as the top lashes. Okay, so for my lashes today, I'm going to be applying the Amber Rose lashes in the style Valerie, and I'm going to be using the Duo Lash Glue to apply this with. If you want to save some money purchasing from Amber Rose lashes, be sure to use my code AMENFASHION10 at checkout to save yourself 10% off. Okay, so now I'm going to be applying these Barry M face jewels, and this one's called Freak Show. Okay, so let me open up this bad boy, and we're going to see how to apply this. Normally I would apply something like this with latex, so it stays down firmly on the face. However, on the back of here, it does say that it does have glue underneath it, I think. So we'll see. Okay, me. Oh, okay, so it is actually sticky on the back of these, so I can just apply it straight to the face. So let's give it a go. I'm so happy because that just hides that dry patch that has been bothering me this entire tutorial. Okay, but that looks sick. Okay, so now using the Barry M On Point pen liner. It's like a very thin felt tip liner. I'm just going to attempt to draw a little spade on the like kind of center here of my face, just to kind of go with the like Harley Quinn look. So wish me luck. Okay, so that took me way too long to draw. But no, generally this eyeliner is really good for like detail work. I do recommend it, but I just suck at drawing little details because my hand starts shaking. Yay me! Okay, so for my lips today, I'm going to be doing something very bold. So I'm going to be using the Barry M Bold Waterproof Eyeliner in black as a black lip liner. And for my lipstick today, I'm going to be applying this Barry M Black Lipstick. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. Bitch. Yes. Oh my god. This black lipstick is everything. Okay guys, so this basically finishes the look, so I'm just going to do a quick like few finishing touches off camera, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about this look and what products I loved. So see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Okay, so off camera I just sprayed a little bit of setting spray and just put on a little like pinkish red highlighter. I don't know how red it's going to reflect like on camera, but it is a little bit pinky. So yeah, now we're just going to talk about a review of these products that I've used today as well as this look. So yeah, so I do really love how this like look has turned out today. However, I do want to discuss some of the products that have worked for me and some that haven't. Barry M, if you're watching this, I hope you guys can take constructive criticism because this is all my opinions. This is my experience with the products. I know it may work differently on other people, but this is just my opinion, so here we go. As for the things that work, let's talk about the things that work straight off the bat. This black lipstick is so pigmented for a drugstore lipstick. Like, this is so good. Like, it still has that wet look, but it still has a lot of pigment underneath it. I'm really obsessed with these face gems as well. Like, I just feel like they suit any look. Like, I feel like this is going to be my new thing from now on. I'm just going to start shoving these gems on like any look because it just turns it from 0 to 100. As for the eyes, a lot of these eyeshadows in the Treasure Chest eyeshadow palette are honestly super pigmented. I do really recommend you guys getting this eyeshadow palette because I feel like there's such a good colour story to it and some great finishes in there as well as pigmented shades. However, I do want to say I do have a slight issue with the metallic ones a little bit, and this isn't just Barry M because I have this problem with a lot of other brands in their metallic eyeshadow shades, but sometimes I just have difficulty with it grasping to my brush because at first when I was putting this on the brow bone, the pink metallic shade, it wasn't applying that strong on this side, and then on this side I managed to get it to work because of switching brushes. But I don't want to like say that that's Barry M's fault because I do have that issue with quite a few other eyeshadows that I have from different companies where sometimes with different brushes and different techniques of applying it, it displays different amounts of sheen like on your face. It's really hard to explain. It's just sometimes you can apply a metallic eyeshadow and it can be so weak, and then some other times you can apply it and it'll be so strong. Like for example, the metallic shade that's in my inner corners, that one was so pigmented, and then the one on the brow bone just wasn't giving that kick that I wish it would. However, applying it with your fingers to the lid gave it that kick that it needed. But honestly, the matte shades in this palette, so I do really love this eyeshadow palette, and I feel like for the majority of their eye products today have like really wowed me. I love this Glitter Bomb Glitter eyeshadow, which is a liquid. It dries down matte. It was so pigmented like on my lid. Like I'll honestly be using this so much now from now on. Also, the felt tip liner was so thin and like so detailed that I could do that on my forehead. I also love their bold waterproof eyeliners as well because they are super creamy. If anything, it kind of reminds me of the Kylie Cosmetics lip liners because they're super creamy just like these, except this one is drugstore version. Now, for the things that didn't work for me. Again, this could be personal experience just because I have a specific skin type that I understand not all foundations are going to work for me. However, I think claiming this as an all night long full coverage foundation is false. Like, I'm just being honest. A full coverage foundation would be a lot more thicker, it wouldn't move so easily and be so watery and thin. So I do feel like if they marketed this differently and marketed it as a lightweight foundation for like oily skin types, this would sell a lot more better. However, for me, I have oily skin as well as like dry skin, dry in some patches, oily in some other patches, and obviously I do have acne prone skin as well, but this just didn't cover it for me. Like, it looks fine now wearing it now with all this on top. However, if I was to wear this just as like a standalone foundation with like, I don't know, some concealer and mascara and then that's it, I couldn't pull it off with this just because it would not give me the desired coverage because it is so thin. Like, I can just see everything underneath the foundation on top of my skin. Also, the concealer just did not work for me. I think that the concealer would be great as like an eyeshadow primer just because it is so tacky. However, underneath the eyes, it did work well. It just dried down way too quick to the point of where you couldn't move it. Like, I really had to struggle to try and blend it because it like almost stuck in place. But yeah, it's kind of weird for me that like the face products didn't work, but in terms of like the lips and the eyes, like all the products are perfect for me. Like, I wouldn't change a thing. I just definitely would change the foundations or maybe switch it up in terms of different foundations for different skin types. So yeah, that is this Harley Quinn inspired wearable simple makeup look slash full face of Barry M Cosmetics, just about. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed watching me do this tutorial. If you are interested in any of these products, I'm pretty sure that they do drop on the 24th. So check online or check in stores to see where you can buy this. I'm pretty sure it will be available anywhere where makeup is sold. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and comment down below so I know that you liked it. And if you want to see more makeup content from me, be sure to subscribe down below and be sure to hit that bell icon so you never miss out on any makeup content in the future. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye!